Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? Welcome back to this educational channel. I hope all of you are in the good condition and you are happy and you're excited to listen what I'm going to say. All right? So this week I will present the research from Kelly Qua and then Kiwi Kong Yunga Song Lipeng Deng Yikange I Hua and the title is What Predicts Adolescents' Critical Thinking About Real Life News, the Roles of Social Media News Consumption and News Media Literacy. So I highlighted some points here which will be useful for us so we can get the main points and the important things that we can learn for the better research and for the progress of the English education in our life. Okay, so the rationale of this study, so they highlighted on the critical thinking, which is essential when receiving the news, especially for the one which is not valid yet. So most of the time, especially adolescents, only consume the news from social media, only watch, listen, and receive, and etc. But they rarely think about the news critically. They didn't even think whether it is valid or not, whether it is true or false, whether it is hoax or the reality. Okay, so critical thinking is highlighted here. The critical thinking process has not been emerged in adolescence life, so that becomes the problems and the highlighted things in this research. So why they conduct this research? Because there is a lack of research relating social media news consumption to their critical thinking ability about real life news. So they want to investigate the relationship between the social media news, the media literacy, and their critical thinking ability. Social media news media, real life news media literacy, okay, and the last one, the critical thinking ability. So as I said before, the purpose is to investigate the relationships between critical thinking, news media literacy, and news consumption among adolescent social media users. So they use the quantitative approach where MANOVA table is implemented, chi-square and t-test results were used to calculate the answers and the numbers that they got from the respondent who have filled in the paper, the written survey. Okay, and then the participants were 1,105 Hong Kong Chinese adolescents or teenager, we can say teenager of grade 7 to 12. Okay, of grade 7 to 12, which their age is 12 to 18 years old, with 66.5% males and 33.5% females. And then the age group of 12, which is 41.7%, and age group of 5 to 18 is on 58.3%. So they were recruited from secondary school from different districts in Hong Kong, and they were invited on a pro rata basis. So 12 schools participated, and then the level of their students or the participants is the class of junior and senior secondary level. The data was collected. Okay, so based on this research, based on what I read from this research, data was collected between the periods of July 2017 until December 2017. Of course, they required school and parents' consent to fill in the paper and fill the data which is needed for the result of the research as the final finding of the research. Okay, of course, they do it on the regular classroom setting under the supervision of their class teacher and their research assistant. So basically, they took about 1 hour, okay, or about 60 minutes to complete it. And after they have filled in the survey, they get the book and or a food coupon, okay, valued at $7 as the form of appreciation. So the finding is there are 3 findings that I read from this research. Number 1, certain social media news consumption habits were related to stronger critical thinking. So the news itself, the news consumption habits itself, will determine the critical thinking process in adolescents' mind. Alright? That is the first one. So the more they consume, the more they observe or receive the social media news, it will also influence their critical thinking. And number 2, they understand the content. Yep, they understand the purpose, they understand the point of view, but they cannot show the supporting evidence or proof. This could be seen from the older adolescents' performance, which is better both in terms of news media and critical thinking, news media knowledge and critical thinking. And then the last one, the news industry facilitates. Okay, this is the good news that every news industry facilitates awareness, and they are willing to fulfill the need to apply critical thinking skills in understanding the news. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any question, we can review it together and we can answer it together. Or if you want to give any input or recommendation, you can give your comment below. Okay, so thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry if there is a mistake that you found from this presentation. Thank you for tuning in this channel. See you next week and bye bye.